What's going on, guys? I'm mEcHjaW, and this is ArcheBlade. ArcheBlade is a MOBA style game, more action based than it is a input commands and have things be done for you. It's a left click, right click type thing with two special abilities for each person, and it is in beta right now. I believe it was released in Asia and the UK a little while ago, probably about a year or so ago, but it just got released for us. So here's some simple gameplay. I didn't really play this for very long. I had about 30 minutes, but it is an action style MOBA game. Third person, more like Smite, if you've ever played Smite, with no minions, no leveling up, and no real items either. So I mean, it's not your traditional MOBA, but it definitely does remind me of that. It definitely has, you know, the capture points, and the style of combat anyways. It's a 5-on-5, 3v3, and I think there's one other thing. The only two that I've played so far, I think there's a third one, but I'm not sure. The only two that I've played so far are this map and then an arena map, and both were 5-on-5. You have your traditional mage archetypes and your melee archetypes, as well as ranged archetypes. As far as I can tell, honestly, the ranged / mage archetypes are very, very powerful in this game. They have no range limit. So like, for instance, I was using the melee character right there, the monk looking guy, and he was a melee guy, and I didn't do that well with him because I was constantly getting killed by ranged people. But when I was using the ranged person, I could shoot across the map with no troubles whatsoever. This is the arena style map that I was talking about before. It's basically a free-for-all. I believe it's 5 or 6 players, I'm not exactly sure, but the goal is to get to 70, and each kill gives you, I think, 1 score or 2 scores if you get double kill or whatever. I think it actually gives you more points if you get more kills, I'm not exactly sure. But, like I was saying before I got rudely interrupted by a transition god, it definitely feels like the ranged are very overpowered in this game. You can sit across the map and easily take out any of your opponents as long as you have good accuracy. But not taking away from melee standpoint or point of view, melee is still very powerful in this game. You just have to get up close or even flank around, which makes this even more of an action style game because you do have to use those very active situationalized or situationalizing aspects of your brain, or whatever I'm trying to say. Which is really interesting. It adds a sort of interest to the game that I really like, and it's not your traditional MOBA farm minions and then kill other heroes. It is definitely more like a hero versus hero combat style, and the only negative side to this game that I could say right now is that it doesn't have a lot of heroes, and it still feels like it is in beta, which it is in beta. It was released on Steam and it's free to play. So you can't really argue with that, but it is still in beta. There are things that they will add, and they're going to continue adding heroes, they said, and all that stuff. But as you can see here, I flanked this range character, and I should get a kill here. I don't remember. Or she runs away. I don't remember. But, you know, you get up close as a melee to try and kill these range types, and that's my only fault with this game, I guess you could say, is that the range is extremely powerful in this, but it is possible to kill them as long as you have the skill that is required to do so. As I was saying before, it is in beta, and there are things that they can add. They can add heroes. They're going to add functionality, I'm sure, because it does feel that way. It feels that it's still early on in the game and things along that nature. There are characters that could obviously have a little bit more range, a little bit less, and a little bit more power. As far as the skills that your characters get, I haven't noticed them coming in huge help to me, really. Each character gets two skills, 1 and 2, or J and Q, I believe it is, default keybinds, and both of those skills don't really feel very powerful to me. They seem kind of additives. Usually one is a defensive skill and one is an offensive skill. For instance, one person, I believe it's the monk, has a shield sort of thing, but it only lasts for about a second, so it's more just to get, it's more actively styled. It's more of an active style skill where you pop it really fast when you notice that you're about to go down, and you know, it's that sort of idea, and that's how the combat is. If you're watching this and wondering if you should get this game, it is a free game, and there's really nothing wrong with it. It's a little bit of a learning curve, but not that huge. It's a very minor learning curve. The camera is a little bit sensitive, and that was really one of the things that I was having an issue with, because there's a lot of movement in this game, more than any MOBA before it. So if you're wondering if you would want to buy this game or not, I mean, it is free. It's in beta, and it's very, very fun. I was having a blast with it. I played it maybe for about an hour and a half, and then I tried to stream it a little bit the other day too. And it was actually a fun experience. Unfortunately, the stream didn't go well because it kind of lagged a little bit. But it was a fun experience regardless. I think one of my favorite characters right now, anyways, is this dwarf. I think his name is either... I can't remember his name. I think it's Dick. And their character names aren't very awesome either. But who cares about character names? The art style is fantastic. It's a very anime-esque art style, which is partially because it comes from Japan, but stereotypes aside, I think that it could be any art style and could still come from Japan and still be a fantastic game. The combat is amazing though in this game, and it's just really fun. I would take a chance at it if you ever get the chance to. But anyways, guys, that does it for my mild in-depth review. It wasn't even really in-depth, just kind of my first thoughts on it. So thank you guys for watching. Please visit my channel and subscribe. Click like if you did like it, share it to other people that you think might enjoy, and I'll see you on the game, possibly, maybe. Have a good day, guys, and bye!